Welcome back at K-Max Kitchen. Once again, we do it again. I want to thank y'all for hitting that like and subscribe button. Also, go get your pajamas where you actually cooking comfortable. If you ain't comfortable, you ain't focused. And if you ain't focused, you ain't cooking. Guess what we eating tonight, y'all? We eating some cabbage with some smoked sausage and some carrots. It's a healthy meal, man. You gotta keep the babies fed and healthy for the most part. All right, so what I have here, I already had diced down my cabbage, I diced down my sausage, and you gotta get them carrots in there. And then I went over to the stove and got these. Easy. Thank you, Ingles. All right, so let's go ahead and get this thing popping, baby. And one of the things I like to do whenever I go ahead and get my cabbage on, I like to go ahead and get my seasonings. I'm gonna use a little bit of pepper. Gotta put that pepper in there. Go get you some onion powder. It don't gotta be expensive. All I gotta do is be enough to get you going. Thank you. Salt. And whatever you do, whenever you're doing it like this, leave your lid open, let it cook down. So that's what I do. And it down your spatula. Add as you go, because I don't know what I'm doing exactly, but I add as I go. So I gotta get me some olive oil, all because I know I need a little bit more moisture. It's almost like a fried cabbage, but not fried because we're gonna add other stuff later. And if you're wondering about what you're cooking on, I cook mine again on about 4.5. All right, now while that's simmering, I want to let y'all know somebody surprised me with another gift, y'all. Guess what? Guess what I'm drinking all night? Bourbon. That's why I put the burgundy on for the bourbon. It's larceny, if I said it right. If I said it wrong, throw it down in the comments and tell me how I'm supposed to say it. And you know I gotta have the course lights, so while we wait, we hydrate. Ooh, lock it in. So while that going, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I get some water going on it. Not just enough. So I said probably around about a cup. And while you got a cup of water in there, what you want to do is kind of stir things around, because cabbage make its own water. You don't need a whole lot. And to be honest with y'all, because I don't know what I'm doing, I season my stuff as I go. So we'll worry about all that later. Uh-oh, if you don't make a mess, you ain't cooking. I told y'all. Don't get me in y'all kitchen. That's why I gotta be in mine. Now I'm gonna turn that thing up to about 5 and let her roll. All right, so another thing is, if y'all have something in the comments that y'all might want me to whip up in the kitchen, throw it down in the comments, man. Don't be scared to mess up in the kitchen, because you're gonna make mistakes as you go, if you know what I mean. So as that going, I decided I'm gonna put a pot of rice on with it, because I'm gonna have my meat, I'm gonna have my veggies, I'm gonna have my greens. So let me show you how I do my rice. I take a small pot of rice because it's just the kids. I eat sometimes. Family make a bigger pot. They say, why you don't use no measuring cup? For what, dude? I measure with my eyeballs. That looks like it about a cup and a half. if you ask me. And see, when I do my rice, I just do it just enough water over the rice level to where it cover the rice. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm gonna cut that stove on about 5. I'm gonna add my water. Just enough over the rice. I had a damn wrong eye on this now. You see that? Alright, you don't need no lid or none of that right now. You good. And while we wait, we hydrate. It's my favorite part. I don't really do bourbon like that, but this is actually pretty good. I gotta lock it in. All right, so right back over into the cabbage. I'm gonna be stirring it up, keeping it going, because I want the tenderness inside my cabbage. And as I see it get tender and boiled down, I'm gonna be starting to add stuff, man, because we want all this stuff to be done almost at the same time. And that's how you gotta do it. And once that rice get a small boil on it, then you want to kind of put the lid on it. I add butter in mine. You don't have to. I'm a country boy. That's why I'm fat. But let's get back at you. Guess what, y'all? That cabbage done boiled down and it's getting tender. We gotta add a sausage. Throw them things in there, man. And give it a mix, baby. You know the best part about being in the kitchen? You get to smell it. You get to look at it. And when you're done, you get to eat what you created. Now that all that's gone, we got that down in there. We're gonna let that ride. The next thing we're gonna be adding is the carrots, bell peppers, and onions. Because we want all that flavor to mix up. Let me put some of this stuff up while this stuff cook. And I got a bone to pick with y'all. The bone that I want to pick is, I need some people hit me in my comments, let me know what I need to be cooking next, what do they want to see me try, new experiments, because that's what it says. It's about learning and feeding them kids and feeding yourself. Again, my favorite part. We gotta hydrate while we wait, baby. If you ask me 1 through 10, what is that? Larson, I give it about a 9. I'm really not a bourbon guy. I'm more of a cognac, or I might go to some type of tequila. I don't know. I just kind of mix it up. As you can see my collection, that's what we usually do. So now that we got the sausage in there, sausage is get ready to slow it down. So when I hear it slow down, I say time for the carrots. Yeah, get it all in there and mix it up again. Y'all should see how this smells, y'all. I ain't even playing. And you know what we're waiting on? We're waiting to lose all that good water that we had. Ooh. And like I told y'all, I season as I go. And one of the seasons that a lot of people might say, oh no, don't do it. Guess what? Try that Brazilian steak on it. Everybody got their own thing, but I like this flavor right here because it don't also give it salt and butter. It give it a blended flavor. That's what you want right there. You don't need a whole lot of it. Be light on the hand. That stuff right there, it seasons some stuff up, baby. I also had somebody in my comments that said that they want my whole kitchen. You know who you is. Shout out to Miss V. I love you. Now while this cooking right here, I'm waiting on my rice to get a smooth boil. About how it is now, I'm gonna add some butter. Gotta add that butter. I had the damn spoon backwards. Look at that. And if you ask how much butter that you add in your rice, because this is a small pot with this little spoon right here, it ain't nothing, probably about a half a stick. And while y'all sitting there looking at that, with the butter on it, so when the butter go on, time to put the lid on, baby. Now come over here and check out this right here. Look what I'm telling you about this. When it's simmering down, cabbage getting soft, sausages, everything's starting to blend in. Ooh. Them kids gonna have fun tonight. You hear what I say? Now we need our cabbage just as tender as we can get it without overdoing it. Because some people make that cabbage, to me, too soft, too hard. Man, let the cabbage work, man. You see that? Let the cabbage work, baby. Now that we got the cabbage rolling, we got our rice going with the butter in it, it's time to add in just a few more things. Go get you some butter, man. We're gonna add some butter. Again, about a half a block. Then after you add that butter, you gotta get the garlic. Now some people use whole garlic cloves, smash them, throw them in there. I already bought mine diced up. Ain't worried about that. That's all you need right there. Got that. And guess what we got to throw in there? Time to roll the onion, bell peppers. Don't be scared. You gotta put that in there. You be like, oh, he throwing a lot of in food, cause I like flavor without a whole lot of salt. Uh-oh. If you ain't making a mess, you ain't cooking. Told y'all that. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Once again, we hit them with another one. You gotta excuse me, y'all. But we're gonna end this right here. Join back in on the next meal.